Step 9 for married and alone. This is a very important step. We're going to talk about that. Now, if you haven't subscribed, please do. If you have a question, please put it in the box and stay tuned for step 9. Step 9 for married and alone. I want to read the step to you, and then I want to walk through this process. It's a great one. Step 9 is great. It relieves you of a lot of stuff from your past. You've done step 8. You're willing to do the work. So let me read it to you. Made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. Now, made direct. Direct means as direct as possible. If you can do your amends face to face, that is the best thing. You're going to be making appointments in step 9, calling people, say, hey, I want to get together with you, I want to talk about something. Do that as much as possible. If it's not possible to go face to face, make a phone call if you can. I would, if depending on what you're taking responsibility for, as far as doing it on Zoom or FaceTime or something that people can record or written, you want to be really wise about that, because those things are permanent. People can push a record button and it may show up in a way that may actually hurt you. And I don't want you to do that. So be really responsible about that. Now, as a married and alone, your amends might be mostly inner circle, family, close friends, old friends, stuff like that. But if they do involve romantic relationships, you want to honor your marriage and make sure that that's run by your sponsor, therapist, and your spouse to make sure that there's comfort around that and there's clarity around what's being done, especially if it involves ex-lovers or ex-spouses. So wherever possible. So there are some that maybe you can't track down, that you can't find them. So you can do maybe an amend where you write the letter, cover it with your sponsor or therapist, or do an empty chair thing where you role play asking forgiveness of them or taking responsibility with them. So that can help you for those people that you can't track down. Now, except when to do so would injure them or others. This isn't a get out of jail clause of like, hey, I really didn't want to do that anyway, so it's going to hurt them, so I don't want to do that. Here's what I suggest. That before you cherry pick and decide someone that you're not going to do an amend with, that you talk to at least 2 people that are either in recovery or a therapist, sponsor type person, that they agree with you. Okay? That this would probably hurt them to do this, or it might hurt others to do this. Okay, if you get 2 other people that agree with you, then that might be valid, but don't take a shortcut. There might be people it's really hard to face that you need to face. And do the hard work of step 9. Now I realize as married and alone, you didn't bring this recovery process on yourself, that you didn't cause the pain of the intimacy anorexia that you suffered, and you suffered a lot of pain. Step 9 is just being human. Step 9 isn't about being a spouse of an intimacy anorexic. It's about taking responsibility, because that gift, you deserve that gift. It's looking back at your past. There's no one that you're afraid to run into at a grocery store. There's no one no name that comes up that brings, oh, I still have a secret about that. You don't have a secret about that anymore. It's over. You're free from your past. You've taken responsibility. And step 9 kind of separates you from your past. So as you go into step 10, 11, and 12, you're not carrying the suitcases. That's the gift of step 9. Now I would say that you want to be cautious about this determining outcome, because some people do step 9 thinking, oh, we're going to be friends again. They want a relationship with me again. If I do this, it might build a bridge back. That is not the purpose of step 9. The purpose is to free you from your past. Now that can happen with some people, but I want you to be emotionally prepared that some people don't want to go back into a relationship with you. They've moved on, their life is too busy, they're at a different stage of life, your relationship's not important to them anymore, and you have to accept that. That's life. Maybe that relationship was really important in a season, but for right now, that season's over, and all you're doing is cleaning it up. So please do not make the mistake of, if I do this, then this will happen. No, if you do this, the only thing that happens is you've taken responsibility and you are free from that part of your past. So go do a great step 9 and get the freedom. I felt so free going down the list with each person, and I wasn't married, so I didn't have to negotiate some of that with my spouse. But I went through and I felt so good about owning stuff that I did. An employer, ex-relationships, family members, parents, siblings. Just own the stuff. It's so good for you to be free from that past. So go do a great step 9. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We got a few more steps to go. And if you have a question as a married and alone person, please do that. If you're not in one of our Facebook groups for married and alone men or married and alone women, please, you might want to connect with that and continue to get support, or be in a phone group if that be helpful for you. Go do step 9.